If you're a developer, a startup founder, or hey, just someone with a brilliant AI idea, you already know the biggest hurdle isn't creativity, it's infrastructure, it's the cost. Today, we're diving into something called deAPI, a platform that's aiming to completely tear down that wall. Let's get into it.
So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll talk about the problem, what I like to call the AI infrastructure trap. Then, we'll see how a decentralized approach totally flips the script. We'll look at what you can actually build with this thing, see some real-world examples, and then how you can get your hands on it in just a few minutes.
All right, let's set the stage. You want to build the next big thing, right? You want to use these incredible, powerful, open-source AI models. But there's this giant catch, the absolutely staggering cost and complexity of the hardware you need to run them.
And that's the fundamental question, isn't it? It's the one that stops so many amazing projects before they even get started. The answer, when you boil it all down, really comes down to a massive imbalance of resources.
I mean, look at this. You can see the two totally different worlds we're living in. On one side, you've got big tech with their colossal server farms, infinite resources, basically. And on the other side, well, there's the indie developer, where just getting your hands on a decent GPU is a huge barrier. This isn't just about limiting projects, it's about stifling creativity itself.
So how in the world do you level that playing field? Well, deAPI's answer is to just completely rethink the whole foundation. They're building on a totally new model for how we access AI infrastructure.
And at the heart of it all is this one core concept, a decentralized GPU network. Okay, the easiest way to think about it, it's like an Airbnb for computer power. Instead of relying on a few giant, expensive data centers, the platform taps into a global network of thousands of regular consumer GPUs. It's all on demand.
And the result of that model is, well, this. This number is wild. By using this distributed network, deAPI can offer AI processing at a potential cost reduction of up to 20 times, 20 compared to the traditional cloud guys. That's not a small discount. That is a complete game changer.
So, what does this actually mean for you, the developer? Well, first off, there's zero setup. You just grab an API key and you are good to go. The network is built to be scalable, so your app can handle thousands of users right out of the gate. It's super cost efficient. You only pay for exactly what you use. And you get access to this huge, growing library of the best open source models out there.
Okay, this brings us to the really fun part. With the whole infrastructure problem basically solved, what can you actually build with this? This is where the platform's versatility really starts to shine.
With just one single unified API, you can tap into this entire suite of tools. You need product shots for an e-commerce store? There's text to image. You want to turn your blog posts into audio for people to listen to? Text to speech, as you covered. Need to transcribe a bunch of videos? Video to text with Whisper is ready to go. You can even get into more advanced stuff like text to embedding for semantic search or RAG. It's a full toolkit for pretty much any AI feature you can dream up.
All right, let's make this a little more tangible. We've talked about the tech, we've talked about the tools, but how does this stuff actually apply in the real world? Let's walk through a few specific use cases.
First up, let's talk about e-commerce. A massive challenge for small merchants is getting high-quality product photos. I mean, professional photo shoots are crazy expensive and take forever, which puts them at a huge disadvantage.
The solution here is so direct and powerful. With deAPI, a marketplace can just integrate a feature that lets sellers generate professional-looking product shots and ad banners in seconds for a tiny fraction of the cost. You could even offer it as a freemium perk. Imagine giving sellers, say, 3 free images for every new product they list. Game changer.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. Here's what a real user, David, actually said on Trustpilot. Fast, cheap, and easy to use API. Perfect for prototyping apps that use AI. That just perfectly sums up the value for anyone trying to get a cool idea off the ground.
Okay, let's look at another area, content and accessibility. We've all been there, right? You're trying to listen to an article and you're stuck with this awful robotic text-to-speech voice. And for content creators, manually transcribing hours and hours of video for captions, it just doesn't scale.
This is where deAPI's other models are so cool. You can generate really lifelike audio for narration or for accessibility tools like screen readers. You can automatically create accurate video transcripts for your subtitles, which, by the way, is a huge boost for your SEO. Think about it. For an e-learning platform, this means every single video lecture instantly becomes searchable.
And this accessibility is so key. I love this quote. One user, who says they're not even a coder, said, "Sunday API made the backend part incredibly easy.
This really shows that you don't have to be some kind of systems architect to integrate these really powerful features.
And finally, let's talk about the solo developer, the indie hacker. That dream of building a viral app or a fun Discord bot? It so often dies when you come face-to-face with the reality of high GPU costs and complicated server management.
With an affordable pay-as-you-go model, that whole challenge just kind of disappears. You can launch a lightweight bot for Telegram or Discord, you can build a browser extension with cool AI features baked in, and most importantly, the low costs mean you can offer a really generous free tier to get a ton of users in the door. So, if you're feeling inspired right now, the last piece of the puzzle is, okay, how do I actually get started? Well, the whole process is designed to be as simple and frictionless as possible. It's really just 3 simple steps. First, you sign up and get your API key. You don't even need a credit card. Second, they start you off with a free $20 credit balance so you can experiment with any of the models. And third, you can test everything out in their playground and see results instantly without writing a single line of code. Which really brings us to the final thought here. Those old barriers, the cost, the complexity, that once stood in the way of so many great ideas are being dismantled. The tools are here, they're accessible, and they're actually affordable. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build?